Smack. Welcome to Super Smack.
Welcome to the Super Smack pod.
The rugby podcast from the fans, for the fans. And we've had another week.
We are big fans.
The third round of the Rugby Championship. Well, the third stanza. The third act.
What do you mean? It's the fifth round?
The first half of the third act of the Rugby Championship.
Hang on, what? You've confused even yourself.
The fifth round.
The fifth round
has
next
just
week
been played.
Will be the sixth round.
And the final round.
Yep. And the final round.
Where it'll all be decided.
And it will be decided on a knife edge because the All Blacks can still win the Rugby Championship.
They're not going to do it, mate.
They can still do it, mate.
I know they can,
and here's what needs to happen. South Africa need to lose, and we need to beat Australia. But those two things are very plausible. Argentina beat South Africa last year. South Africa beat them back. That could happen again, but like I was just saying to you before, that Twickenham thing kind of pisses me off that they've gone ahead and chosen a neutral venue as their home ground. Why on earth would Argentina do that? What's going on there?
Well,
why is that fair? How is that fair? South Africa are probably going to whoop them.
It's probably just something that the Rugby Championship organisers have probably decided. I don't think it would have been in the hands of the Argentinian team.
It's really interesting because the game we played against South Africa at Twickenham, where they beat us 35-7, lest we forget, was a friendly. That had nothing to do with any championship. But if your championship is on the line, which unfortunately Argentina's isn't anymore, but ours is, you think they should be playing at home. I mean, why are they playing in it? I'm pissed off.
You know what? I don't want to get ahead of myself and actually worry about that. I want to go to Perth and I just want to win, mate. We need to win 2 games in a row. It's been a wee while.
You're right.
Actually, we did three against France before the Rugby Championship.
I love how we've actually forgotten that. We've just forgotten. The All Blacks aren't very good at winning, mate. We've written off that French team.
In the games that we care about, in the games that we're
against teams that matters.
Where there's trophies on the line and the ones that we want to win against the teams that we really measure ourselves up against, not in Rugby World Cup years. We haven't had success at playing 2 good games in a row.
Yeah. We don't care about the Cock of In trophy.
Would you say that this victory against Oz at Eden Park, would you say that was like a solid victory? Would you say that you were, you feel pretty confident at the end of that game to go, we were the better team and we always were, and that we put them in their place and we should be on top?
Yes, well, we utterly convincing? No, but definitely we were the better team. We created at the end of the day more opportunities, and we had control.
I was fucking nervous for a bit there.
I know, but I think we had control of the game for the majority of it. At the right times, we came out of the blocks and started well, and then we finished.
And if we hadn't done that, we would have been cooked.
Well, that's true, but then you can say if my auntie had wheels, should be a bike. That kind of.
Don't steal other people's jokes, mate.
We've all seen it.
Gino.
If my auntie had wheels, she would be a bike.
Mate, he's been cancelled. You don't want to be stealing jokes from him.
What?
Didn't he get cancelled?
Cooking delicious food?
No, I thought he was a bit inappropriate.
Oh, mate, he's always been inappropriate, but I mean, he's an Italian guy.
Do you think they're all a bit inappropriate?
I mean, isn't that the vibe?
I hope we don't have any Italian listeners that you're offending, mate. That's a bit racist.
They know who they are, and they know what they've done. No, we love you, you bloody Italians, you. We love you. Just like Mama used to do.
Okay, mate.
Sorry. No. At the right ends of the game, so up top, and then the finish was good. And considering
for the first
that
time in a while.
Exactly, and considering we had unexpected injuries, which actually we've sort of built ourselves up for because D-Max had to come on earlier than expected in quite a few games, hasn't he?
He has, and he's actually, he's put his hand up. I think he's performed well. I don't think anyone can really go out there and say that he's shit the bed, has he?
I was proud, and there's nothing like a good bit of relegation to fire a player up because that guy's going, this is my chance. Bodie's fucking injured. I've got the majority of the game to myself now. And I love that he stood up and did it because now Bodie, if Damien goes to Perth and has a blinder, then Bodie has the pressure on him to get back in. I think that's the most fantastic thing for the team. You want that. You want them to be fighting. So have we got an update
on Bodie's arm or his shoulder or whatever he's got?
He won't be in Perth.
He won't be in Perth. No. Okay, so this is the question I've got for you now.
Okay.
D-Mac is an obvious starter, right? That's in my books. He's obviously going to be in there to start.
Yeah.
Who have you got as a backup 10? Is it Ruben Love?
It is Ruben Love. Yeah. There's no one else. No, well, there's not. He's been in the camp. He is the backup 10-15 combo that they've used before.
But you have to bring someone else in. Have they brought anyone else in yet?
Don't they have?
Hey, you know what's going to happen?
Nah. Who are you going to bring in?
Someone that's been performing very well for Taranaki.
Oh, your mate.
I know, and he hasn't had a... Oh, he's turning the light on.
Does that make a difference?
Mate, no, turn that off. That's ugly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Why are you doing technical things halfway through the pod, mate?
When I reveal the switch behind me.
Okay, you're interrupting a very passionate thought.
Sorry,
here,
mate. Fuck, I'm sorry.
I mean, you've got to bring in another first five into the squad at least.
I think Josh Jacob does. I mean, he's always been on the fringe.
He's the only one that I can think of, apart from your Stephen Perifetta, who's injured. Who's actually been in the club, in the old All Blacks squad or the wider training group. He's played for the All Blacks 15.
Well, they haven't.
Is he just your first choice to come back in and got no one else?
I don't think they're bringing anyone in, Mo. I've heard the complete opposite. They're not taking anyone over. They're not.
Just got the two first fives. What if we have a 2011 groin saga?
We don't just have two first fives. Think about it.
Who are you going to put in?
We've got many more in there. Geordie Barrett,
mate.
Cam Roigard. He's played first five. Not a lot of people know.
Mate.
Not a lot of people know. Mate, we're talking.
Halfback is a very important position.
Hang on. You just talked about the weight baiting scenario. So we're talking about an extreme thing happening. Then an extreme thing can happen.
No, I'm just talking about someone dropping with injury at some point during training.
You're saying that, say, D-Mac's fit, then Ruben Love goes over and he drops. What happens then is that here's the hypotheticals. If D-Mac gets injured, Ruben might be getting a start at 10. Now, that would be something. If Ruben gets injured, D-Mac's starting at 10, and what they do is they shuffle someone else around for the back three cover. I mean, that's pretty easy.
Have they already left? Have they already gone to Perth?
Yeah, mate, they'll be there probably today.
And they haven't taken Josh Jacob.
My sources tell me that they haven't taken anyone. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they have. I haven't seen it. Am I just completely talking out my ass?
Well, I don't know, mate. I just find that very strange because every time someone has been injured in the Rugby Championship, they've always put someone in there and they've put the little asterisk next to them as injury cover. Now, I find it a little bit freaky that we're not taking, in a pivotal position of first five, we're not taking a third first five.
But I guess you're not going to get two first fives injured in a week, mate. So you don't really need to be worrying that much. But you need two to play
a game, mate. You need someone on the bench.
Well, you kind of don't because someone else can move in. Like they'll figure that out. Mate, they'll figure it out. They've done it before. It's not the first. You realise it's not the first time the All Blacks have done that.
What, played rugby?
What?
Gone on tour.
Yeah, the first time they've ever had to go away for one match. They've got it covered. And on this topic, that South African game, man, the way those guys move around players around positions is like something that I've never even seen the All Blacks do. Like they had like it's incredible. Like and the way that Mani Labok would come on and then Sasha would go back to fullback and they were moving Willemse around and like it was like Grant Williams was on the wing the week before. It's like they're just playing people absolutely everywhere. Like the Roygaard thing I brought
cocky.
up. Actually,
I reckon they got a bit cocky at the end, didn't they? They were just doing things willy-nilly.
Mate, I just think we're actually guilty in New Zealand of just being a little bit too conservative and a little bit simple.
We freak out when we've got Quintu Pire on the wing.
Well, yeah,
he's
you
perfectly
almost just
capable of playing
exactly.
on the wing.
And you almost just had a heart attack when I mentioned the idea of Cam Roygaard playing first five. They had Grant Williams just sitting out. I mean, these guys are like swapping people. Like Russie is moving them around like fucking. He's shuffling cards, mate.
My thing with Cam Roygaard, though, mate, is that he's only just got back.
Mate, I'm not suggesting that is like something we want to do. I'm just saying that someone like Russie is not afraid to go. You know what? For this game,
yeah, but we're not. We're not Russie, mate. Scott's not Russie.
Oh, are you? So you're admitting it?
What?
You're admitting that he ain't got shit on Russie. As Russie's got his
saying,
number.
Russie is like, he's just got that aura about him that he does everything he does with a little wink, like, I know better than you. And he kind of does it. And they back themselves a little bit more.
Well, then, while we're on this topic as well, then don't we want our coach to just have a little bit of a wink back? Like Hansen had a wink. He was the kind of guy that would sort of sit there and, you know, he wouldn't give too much away. And he oozed confidence even when his back was against the wall. The funny thing with Razor that I think is causing people a little bit of almost anger now is that he just seems a little bit confused all the time about why things are. And you just go, mate, even if you don't know the answer, just come in and swing your dick around and go, we're all right. And I'd love to see him actually be a bit cocky. At first, I loved that Razor wasn't that he was a breath of fresh air. But now I'm actually going, I want the cocky coach back.
You know who was the best at it, I reckon?
Who?
Fucking Graham Henry.
Yes, the school principal.
He was always a little bit. He always had a cheeky little laugh and like a little wink. Yeah, he was the king of the wink. Yeah.
And if you said something, like if a journalist sort of said something, he'd go, yeah, and he'd basically like, you absolute idiot. But I'll answer your question, but I'm not going to give anything away.
Idea what I'm going to do.
Exactly, and I know, and it's up here. I want that, mate. I want that sort of clever little thing of like, we're the best in the world.
Yeah, but us New Zealanders, we don't trust someone to have it all in their head. We need it all laid out. We need it to be all predictable and proper.
I don't think we did during those years. I think during those golden years, we...
I mean more now.
Wow, yeah. I mean now... You know what? I wouldn't have him have to lay it all out in front of us as long as he just, I don't know, just fill us with the confidence. Make us go, don't worry, guys. We got this. Don't you worry. We're the All Blacks. That's what I want.
A little bit more nonchalance.
Yeah, kind of. Or just a little bit of like not looking like a deer in the, no, maybe. So what do you mean? You mean
tell
maybe?
It to us straight.
Tell us, say yes or no. Even. Don't say maybe. Come on, Razor. He's not good, mate. This guy does not remind me of the Razor that breakdanced at every Super Rugby final that he won.
That's true. Yeah,
this does not seem like that guy. I got to say, I guess it's a completely, he's feeling the heat, I mean, and here we are just piling on him.
I feel
sorry,
like
Razor.
he's been told in no uncertain terms that he is not to breakdance. I think that's probably written into his All Blacks contract.
Do you reckon that's what's throwing him a little bit, is that he's standing there on the sideline every win just going, I'm just itching.
Yeah. That's his visualization. That's what he does he does it in the mornings. Instead of meditation, he does it like a break dance in his head. He closes his eyes and just visualizes him doing a little break dance.
It's his version of Matthew McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street when he goes, Razor's just on the sideline, just sort of like shuffling in.
Yeah.
He just wants to go, but he knows he can't. You just see those little shoes Those beautifully polished black shoes.
At halftime, he's when he gets a little bit excited, he's just like, "Oh, sorry, hey Scott, and Jason, hey guys, you pop down to the sheds. I'm just gonna nip to the loo for a bit. I'll be down in a couple of minutes." And he gets into the hallway, he looks behind him and checks that no one's around, and just pops a couple of quick windmills.
Yes, and it's just like.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win in Perth. Woo! He just gets real like Jerry Maguire on it.
He gets it out of his system. Pops a couple of quick windies and then he's off.
Mate, that's what I'm talking
have his
about.
little interviews with Laura and Millsy.
Yeah, that's that beautiful sort of little ball of energy that I'd actually love to. I'd love to see more of that. I think Razor's renowned for being that little sort of like. I'd love to see him.
So you think he's suppressing himself a little bit? Well, you want to see him. You want to see him bloom.
I would say he is. He's a relatively calm man, but sometimes I just want to slap him and go, Scott, just fucking do something, mate.
Well, do we maybe start a wee petition and maybe like we put the word out to the NZRU to maybe remove the breakdancing clause from his contract and maybe just give him a little free rein? Yeah. Razor, if you're listening out there, mate, you've got permission from the Super Smack podcast.
Yeah.
If we win in Perth by, we're going to have to win by about 100 points.
Yeah.
And get the bonus point, obviously, just to get our points differential up because we're
that's
really
true.
fucking putting the foot down there.
Well, South Africa are going to lose, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, or South Africa lose, and we somehow miraculously win the Rugby Championship. You have full permission from Gareth and I to pop a couple of windmills on the field. Yep. You get all those boys in black into a little huddle, and you've got full permission to do a full breakdance routine. Maybe if you just keep it under a minute. We don't need anything more than that.
Yeah, but that kind of celebration.
We don't want you to make it all about yourself. It's definitely the boys that are doing this.
Yeah, and that kind of
permission, mate, to just to break free, bloom, really show your true colours and your confidence, and hopefully you still got the skills because it's been a while since you've done your breaking.
Yeah. And that's okay now. To the days of you saving a breakdance for when you win a championship, those days are over, mate. All it takes now is 2 back-to-back games, and you can go hell for leather.
No. He's got to win the trophy, mate. He's got to win the Rugby Championship.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got to win the championship. Oh, he does have to win a trophy. He can't just breakdance after a win.
And it's not just retaining the Bledisloe. That's not enough for a breakdance. You have to win something that you didn't have before. And I know that it's not the case for the Crusaders, obviously, but for this, in this instance, he has to have both of those trophies, the Bledisloe and the Rugby Championship, in the closet.
And I wish them all the best because it is possible. It is possible.
Not probable.
Well, not probable after 67-30. My God. That's not good.
The Springboks in their current form do not look like they're going to lose this last game.
It would be
your safe
real
money
shame
is on
for them.
Actually, wiping the floor with Argentina again. And to be fair, mate, going into half-time, Argentina were right there. It was just again that second half blitz from the Springboks that really fucking brought it back.
One of the tries that RG got was that weird, which we should probably talk about. The
Do you reckon that was a little mind fart, mate?
Well, it was the strangest try I think most of us have probably ever seen. It's certainly something you don't see often. He made a little brain fart. What did he do?
Well,
what did he think he was doing?
I think he should have owned it. I think he's made an error by going, I was just passing it to my mate. Instead of going, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I fucked up. Because in all honesty,
see him.
I want to ask, Chesley and Colby, I want to ask you, mate, when was the last time you passed your ball to your mate and drop kicked it to him? Yeah. No one ever does that.
No one does it even at training.
There's 3 times you're drop kicking from the line, from the 22, from halfway, 4 times, and if you're kicking over a goal. No one's passing the ball to your mate in general sort of dead play by drop kicking it to him. So you should have owned it, mate. You made a mistake. And you should have just done it. You should have just owned it. Put your hand up.
Own up when you do that stuff. But it felt to me like he had an irresistible urge to just drop kick. I reckon he was sitting there, he felt his leg go back and he went, I could get a lovely droppy away right now just to my mate. And he booted it. It went off the ground and onto his boot. And then the Argentinian guy's standing right there onside.
Do you think he's tried to do a little swifty and just sort of do a little quick kick to his teammate, and no one in his team was ready, and we're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
But he can't because his mate's offside. If that's the case, of course, because it's a
they
goal
were behind
line.
the line, weren't they? And they just sort of stayed there.
I swear, then he wasn't kicking it to his mate at all. So he was. What was he doing then? If he wasn't kicking it to his mate because it wasn't a 22, maybe he just literally just had a. He's not the kind of person you'd associate with that. That's what's so strange about it. Because then, of course, or was it previously that he'd scored the try?
I think he scored the try after.
Yeah. So he's the skill of the man is that he will make a mistake and then make up for it by scoring what is possibly the most perfectly executed kick and catch, cross kick and catch that I think I've ever seen. I don't think there's any better. Good.
Yeah.
Why do the South Africans have to go and just do everything better than everybody else right now? It's grating on me, mate.
They've got confidence in their own form, you know? I think that, as much as that second half against the All Blacks in Wellington did bad things for the All Blacks and the supporters, and everyone's talked about the Sunday Honest Review. We really had a big sulk about that.
We did.
Me and you included, mate.
Of course, mate. We were devastated. Yeah.
And we've definitely been ribbed online by our South African listeners. So kia ora to you guys out in South Africa for really letting us have it. When we did put our heads in the sand and have a little sulk.
Yes.
But I mean, as much as that did us some bad, I think it's done the South Africans a lot of good. They've taken that confidence and they're running with it now. Man.
And they're very reactive, the South Africans, the team and the fans. They love to, they react hugely, just as bad as we do when their team loses. Their team gets slated and dragged through the mud, but when they win, boy, do you know about it. And even after the Argentina game, they are just on cloud nine because, they've just gone and backed up a performance with that. It's just, they're clearly the team doing what we used to do once upon a time. That's what we did. In fact, we didn't expect much less of an All Blacks team after they walked off the field. We were like, oh yeah. In fact, I would have liked to see it be a bit closer, a bit more competitive. That was what we always used to say.
Oh, it was a bit boring. We won by 30 odd points. So it was a bit
after
one-sided.
The fifth or sixth try, it sort of became a bit of a joke, That's what we all used to say. Now you're just going, please score. Yeah. Please.
No. They're within striking distance. When the Aussies had 2 points on us,
Man, that was tense.
Please.
No.
Because after that first 15 minutes, I was just like, okay. This is where we want to be.
3.
Yeah, this is really, really nice. And even they came back obviously in the second half and scored, and
which
then
they were always going to.
Yeah,
and they have done so well.
Within 2. Oh God, I thought the writing was on the wall.
Well,
and big kudos to the All Blacks for coming back.
Well,
and putting some points on the board finally in that last 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It is kudos to the All Blacks. They outplayed them at the end and won fair and square. But if you were listening to any of the Australian supporters out there at the moment, it's not the bloody All Blacks they're giving kudos to. It's the referee is getting absolutely monstered. And I got to say, I'm sick of that. I'm always saying only the losers bag the ref. But this has gone to a new extreme where I feel they're making shit up. Like, he was not that bad.
He was a bit whistle-happy.
Sure, but whistle-happy doesn't necessarily have to mean unfair. The only call I thought was dubious was actually Geordie's tackle slightly over the horizontal. I thought that could have gone the other way. Yeah. But, mate...
50-50 though.
They didn't
called
lose
it on the field, and it went upstairs.
Yeah.
They sort of saw that he landed all right. It was fine.
That
I don't
yellow
think
card with Harry Potter was justified. His hands were all over the ground. He didn't try to go for the ball. He raked it back. It was cynical. I don't understand what's wrong with it. The missed tackles, the lack of meters gained, James O'Connor's fluffs, the line out fluffs, the box kick fluffs. They lost the game for themselves. And they're doing this typical Aussie thing, which is whinging, just whinging about everything else except their own performance. And it's like, come on, guys. You think after 23 years you'd learn it's not the ref's fault that you're losing the Bledisloe. You know what I mean?
Good to see Cam Roygaard back.
Oh,
well, didn't he have a blinder?
Yeah.
Couple of meat pies.
Yeah. I mean, he's cemented himself, right? That's him now.
He's just sort of proven that, like...
That's his jersey.
That position has always been a bit of a, pinpoint position for New Zealand. I mean, obviously we had Aaron Smith for all those years who was, one of our best players, and he like that what he used to do at the base of the ruck and the scrum and stuff is just, it was unreal, Cam's got that ability and that confidence to really fucking make things happen.
Yeah.
Everyone else is pretty good, the Cortez's, dare I say it, Finlay Christie even. I mean, that really changed my tune on him.
In that one game, he had a very consistent and outstanding performance, yeah.
But no one's got quite the X factor that Cam Roygaard does. And that's what makes me a little upset when you think he's going to slip into first five if we need him to, mate. Why not just send over another fucking player?
What they'll do is they'd put Geordie in. That's actually what I think they would do. And then we've got so many centre options. You chuck someone else, Tupaia comes in and then you pop someone else on the bench who can cover. Rico, probably, to be honest, would actually come back in that respect.
Yeah.
Maybe he does make the team. Who knows? Poor old Rico.
Poor old Rico.
Feels like he's well and truly on the out now.
No, but this is it. And I made these comments the other day, not long ago, a few weeks ago, and I've been sort of like talking about Rico for a while, about how he should be maybe, give him a little spell off and get him to play his way back into the team, which I feel like he's going to be one of those players that works for. Yeah. And I feel like Razor's kind of alluded to that too, When he got asked about Rico, he's kind of said, he's pretty close and he's got to take his opportunity when he gets back in the team, and he will at some point, and I think that's fucking fair enough.
Yeah.
I think that's where he was at, man.
Yeah.
And he's back in Billy as well, which I was surprised by, which is great. I think it kind of worked out for him,
I'm stoked for Billy in that respect because he's clearly got the confidence.
People have been dropped for less,
I know, and his defence have been wavering. But, that also you build that, and giving him time is obviously, maybe it's an experiment now that is working. We know he's got the capability.
I feel more sorry for Anton Leonard-Brown than bloody Billy.
Well,
than Rico.
But that's all right because, again, I guess they're the senior statesmen, so there comes a time, of course, and we've probably been wondering when Albie and Rico's time was going to be up. It's been a good long, he's almost at 90 tests, old Rico, so you're like, that's a bloody good run.
Get him to 100, mate. He deserves his little
13. You think
weird...
he's got 13 more test matches in him? That's a whole two. Is that a whole season? It's a whole other season if he plays every game.
Maybe he plays a half a season for two years.
Oof. If he play, I'd love to see him. I mean, like we said with DMAC, nothing but a relegation and adversary. You kind of go, makes them play their way back in. I guess that's what's beautiful about international rugby.
Maybe Albie's waiting for a better hat for your 100th test, because the one they've got at the moment it's not that great.
Yeah,
that little silver hat.
He is the next Centurion, actually, isn't he?
Albie,
or is it Rico?
Rico, yeah. Well, Geordie Barrett can't be far off, right?
No, Geordie's down. Geordie's under. I think Albie's the next Centurion, and I think
he was
he's
in the 80s or something last year.
I think he's followed by Rico, and then I know DMAC is on 61 or 62 tests, which is probably
Scott
similar
Barrett?
to Geordie.
Scott Barrett will be up there.
Oh, Scooter, is he? Yeah.
Now, what do we think about this thing? I've got a little
we could talk about this. So,
do we think maybe
keep him, throw him out with baby out with the bathwater?
No. I'm just thinking, do we think, I'm kind of reading between the lines a little bit with this injury thing. Like, he was training with the All Blacks. Do you think maybe they've gone, you know what, like, let's just give him a rest. Let's just give him a break.
I think he genuinely hurt his shoulder. Oh, you think he didn't hurt his shoulder? Or he bumped it, but he could have played, but he decided maybe it's best to sit this one out.
Maybe Razor sort of came into training and goes, have you bumped your shoulder again, Scott?
And Scott's
Barrett's
just
like,
sitting
no,
there eating a
no.
sandwich.
No. What are you talking about?
I'm good.
No,
to
I
play.
saw you bump your shoulder, Scott. You saw you in that little tackle with Cody Taylor before. You just you a bit of contact on your shoulder there, mate.
Egg semi. What? Oh, I mean, no, my shoulder's fine.
No. I think you bumped it. Yep, you bumped it. You definitely bumped it. We've got cameras here. You've bumped your shoulder. We're not going to play you this week.
Mum made this.
Oh God, he's not that dumb, mate.
Hey, I'm going with a bit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I think you've overplayed the Scott Barrett part.
And tonight, Matthew, I'll be Scott Barrett.
Scott Barrett.
So, no, hey, do you know what? No, he's going to come back in, and same thing we've been talking about this whole podcast. He's aware of the banter surrounding it. He'll be feeling pretty shitty about that, and he's going to have to steel himself and go, if I am going to be captain, I'm going to have to come back in Perth and really show what the reason I was selected, the reason I'm a 7-time Super Rugby champion, why Razor's got me in the team. He knows what he's up to. Would you pop him in at the expense of, does Fabian just go toddle on back to the bench for the game? I guess he does.
No, I think...
why did they just call him, after why is his last name just his country? It's like if you're Ra New Zealand. Well, actually, you'd probably be Rawiri Aotearoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd be
Hunia Te Aotearoa.
Yeah, and I'd be Gareth James, New Zealand.
Gareth James, Wales.
Gareth James, Wales. Yeah, it is. Anyway, he probably does pop back, and that's totally fine because Paddy Toops, he was great, but he probably goes back to the stadium.
Why? I felt a little bit sick about Paddy Toops playing. Mate, like the guy had a caved-in face.
He basically, and he had more than that. He had like stitches right up the other side of his head too. Hadn't he had some other thing happen?
What, they cut out some...
A lobotomy. It turns out Paddy Toops had a lobotomy. And so you think Razor's sitting there with an egg Sammy. Paddy's just drooling.
He's just Frankenstein's monster. No, he did some speaking. He was actually pretty good. He was pretty coherent.
No, but I mean, Paddy's an amazing guy. Love him. You know my crush on Paddy Toops. I've seen him in the cafe.
Paddy Toops is great, but like the guy was just fresh out of fucking head surgery. He's literally had his cranium fucking plated up, sewn back on, and then he's out in the field in 6 weeks. What are we playing at?
No, this is what I'm talking about. We need more of this hard man stuff. Get out of that surgery room and you get back on that field. He's just bleeding from his head. But sir, I get back on the field. Grab your headgear, put it on, and get out there.
Like, has the surgeon gone to him, it's actually a bit stronger now because we've got the steel plates, and then it's given him a little bit too much confidence and he's just throwing himself into the game.
Yeah.
I think it's that's a revelation in science and medical science.
Well, potentially they have partly lobotomized him to the extent where he'll just do whatever he's told now. They'll just go, Paddy, fetch, and he's just like, he just does whatever now. Like there's no conscience anymore. He literally he's a machine. He's like Forrest Gump when they got him to play NFL. He just does.
Or they've put a chip in. Well, the steel plate's actually a computer chip, and they've just put all of the secret line-out codes into Paddy Toops' head.
Yeah.
That's why he's doing the calling when he comes on.
AI player. Yeah. First AI-controlled player was Patrick Tuipulotu.
Yeah, he actually died on the operating table, and they've just brought him back with some AI technology.
Yeah. None of that tissue is real. It's like when Arnold Schwarzenegger cuts his arm off in Terminator 2, and shows his little skeleton underneath. In fact, that would be good. What about a try celebration? That would be the strangest try celebration you've ever seen. Paddy Toops scores, gets a knife, cuts his arm open and just goes,
But he does it with his face. Yeah. He cuts his face off and it just reveals this big steel head. Jesus. With all the codes, all the line-out codes, just like the Matrix, just shuffling down his face.
And you just see Corey Toole or someone in the background going, spewing up. Just like, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, and James the screen just goes like static straight away. Like the NZRU just cuts off the feed.
The secret's out.
Oh, God.
That's good. Oh, man. One day,
Maybe, yeah.
there'll be a secret robot in there. At this point, if we're going to have world supremacy again, we probably have to start looking into some serious mechanics, some serious computer-generated muscle.
Well,
I thought we had the Aussies up front, though. I think Valentini's coming back in, and I think Skelton's coming back in too, right? So
I kind of... I mean, yeah.
No, we had them overall, I reckon.
I think but the Wallabies just seem to be a little bit bigger. And they're not.
Physically.
That's the thing. Yeah, they brought a bit more physicality.
Well, do you think they might have just
times.
been puffing up their chests?
No. I just mean in the tackle. I mean, I just think they just hit a little bit harder.
Yeah.
They're not... They're not a bad forward pack, the Wallabies.
No, mate,
even when they are
not.
missing a couple of those key big men, they were actually really fucking good. And they're loosies, man. They're all over the place. It's so good.
Yeah, they were. And Harry Wilson, which we've talked about before, leads by example, big time. He's a great workhorse. He's always been good, that guy. And Joe will have told them, no doubt, that they had to take it to us physically. Like, they had to monster us. Because, I do think we've still got it over them in the pack. I mean, those All Blacks boys are big boys.
1950s policeman Nick White is coming back.
No, he's not actually going to play,
He's been called back. I think he's mainly called back in like a support role.
Yeah,
but
that's what I've heard.
But mate, he's back in the
fray. 3 times. You can't keep away. I mean, mind you, what else is Nick White actually doing?
Like having retirement parties. I think he's on his 4th retirement party. He's going to throw another one.
The guy loves a party, and they just go. He's like, guys, we'll see you at the surf club after. I'm
going down to Coogee Pavilion.
Yeah, I've got the decoration stuff, mate. This is what you did last time. It's the same thing. Yeah,
Doesn't
they gave me 3 parties for one deal.
Do you know how much the decorations cost? It's about time I got to use them 3-4 times.
Yeah,
It's now congratulations. Like he's just like they've lost a couple.
Just love the congratulations.
Congratulations.
Like, what does that say? It doesn't matter. We're all drunk.
Congratulations, Nick White.
That's awesome, and sad that Tate McDermott got injured. There were a few big injuries in that game. Obviously, Bodie for us, Ethan de Groot.
Ethan de Groot. He was out cold, and that's that shows how
good thing.
That shows how strong Fabian
Mm.
Holland's head is, because he knocked out the Groot, which is like, I mean, to have a head-on-head
Fabian Holland
with Ethan de Groot and come out on top is like fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Ethan de Groot's got one of the biggest heads in world rugby history.
Definitely. It's a thick head.
It's a big,
neck.
thick head.
And probably...
what?
You know what? No, so
places with that.
It is going to be tougher at Perth. Last time we were there, they spanked us. And Nick White played bloody well in that game from memory as well. So maybe they should get him back on the field. But we need to win it. I fucking love the All Blacks to just get up. Yeah, the 2 in a row. What do you reckon, actually? What's your feeling on it? Like, do you feel worried after that performance? Do you think we will back it up and that the Aussies will have dumb luck?
I'm stoked that we managed to win it, and that what's great is that we actually closed out a game properly. And that's I feel like that's the first time I've like got to the end of a game and gone, okay, that last 20 minutes was actually quite good. So that instills me with a little confidence, but overall I'm not like 100% that we're going to go over there and win. In any stretch of your imagination.
No, we needed to win Eden Park for sure.
It's still a 50-50 affair for me.
Yeah. Those poor Aussies though, always just, they always lose that game. They just, they can't.
No.
Should we go to the 3-game series?
What do you mean poor Aussies?
Well, it's just tough when you have to win both. And they haven't done it for so long. I don't know. I just keep going, oh man, is it geared against them? Should we make it a 3-game series just to open it up a bit more?
Can you tell me? Because I actually don't know the answer to this. And I know that we've talked about it before, but I can't remember how we ended this conversation. But the last time they won it, say 20 odd years ago, or whatever
2002, yeah.
2002. When we were playing it back then, was it a 3-game series, the Bledisloe? Or has it always been this rule?
It has been a 3-game series, and then it's changed, and then
When
it's
did it
gone
change?
back. I believe it went to 2, then went back to 3 for a time, I think, and then went back to 2. And it really is probably all around having too much rugby to play, I think is the thing of it. Like, there's too many games. Remember, for a while there, the whole thing was Aussie, New Zealand, and then a neutral ground.
Yeah,
you know,
we used to play a game in
Hong
like,
Kong.
Yeah, or in Chicago or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like we played, or, you know, like it's definitely, I think it would be great. I just think it would just make the series a lot more interesting, and it would actually make more of a thing out of the Bledisloe. It would make it much more of a prized object.
Well,
But you're
you
right.
have to win 2 games, yeah.
Yeah, you do. And
I'd rather take a game off the end of your tour and have a 3rd game against the Wallabies.
I think it's great. I mean, I'm not saying we need to give them give the All Blacks that handicap by just allowing the Aussies to get in. But I don't know. It just always seems harsh. And it seems like they haven't been able to do it in 23 years. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing that come back is all I'm saying. I'd be
mate,
up for it. Yo!
I've got a bit of news.
Oh, yeah. News. Sorry for the delay.
NPC news this.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. What is it?
The
Get it out of the way.
champions are out of the playoffs.
Come on. We almost got to the end of the pod without that shit.
What happened, mate? What happened this season?
My beautiful Lions. Well, what happened is we took a big 180. We had a shocker of a season. They will not be happy with that. We've won 3 out of the 4 last championships, and that is a backward step. I was saying this time last year that Wellington were on one to start having this dynasty. And I'm so gutted because they have been strong. Wellington rugby's been really good, and they've just fallen off a cliff. It sucks, man. They've got good players.
Yeah.
Sucks. I think the leadership, I don't know, but I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But yes, we aren't going to scrape through, unfortunately. Even if we win this week, we won't scrape through.
A team out there that isn't having your issues is Otago.
Wow.
So, I mean...
And that's a turnaround for them, which is fantastic in the same way.
They've actually defended the Shield, and they get to keep it for the summer.
Yeah,
which is
congratulations. Nice. And they're playing bloody great rugby. They've got some good players, some good standout players. I was thinking when you're talking about Cam Roygaard before, old little Dylan Pledge is a good little halfback. But people have been going, oh, this guy should get him, but he's quite small, like he's tiny. And the thing that impressed me about Roygaard on Saturday night was just how built the dude is. Like he's
a bit taller, isn't he?
I feel like after his big leg injury, he came back like jacked, like the Terminator.
Well, he had a lot of thirst trap Thursday pics of him in the gym when he was injured. Like he was really posting online about it. Yeah, and you could see the definition in those shots.
He's built.
You know?
He sort of did what Geordie did. Do you remember there was a time when Geordie was quite weedy, and then Geordie came back one season and was just massive. And
he grew shoulders, didn't he? He grew these big traps. I remember.
There was a photo of him and Tupou Vaa'i. They've swapped shirts in the dressing room after the game. And they're standing next to each other topless. And Geordie's just as big, if not bigger, than Tupou Vaa'i.
Yeah, he's not a small fella.
Massive. Yeah. He's huge.
Battering ram.
Yeah. We need to, I mean, he did do a lot of that on Saturday night, to be honest. He's always bloody running it up, the poor bugger. I guess that's what we need. But, anyway, Wellington suck. Cool. Thanks for establishing that.
And I think... it's lucky for Otago, actually, that they are holding on to the Shield because Lucas Casey took it out to an underground poker game and actually put it on the line, and it's actually with a pawnbroker at the moment. So he's lucky he got himself a Highlanders contract because he's going to be working it off for the next season for the Highlanders.
Have to pay for that. Yeah.
It's going to take 60% of his Highlanders paycheck that his recruitment agency have got him for. for the Highlanders to actually get that shield back into the shed. So very lucky for him that they've actually managed to hold on to it.
He did that one thing you should just never do. Pawn the shield. You know, you can chuck it around the dressing room. You can do coke off it, but you don't take it to a pawn shop.
No, I think his biggest mistake is he went all in on 2 pair, mate. Which is not. You never do that.
No, you never go in on 2 pair.
Not all in.
No.
And
even then, I'd be going to mum and dad or a long lost uncle for a little bit of bit of financial help, or even selling my body. On the streets.
What he's done. He sold his body to the Highlanders next year.
Well, he physically, actually, you're right, he has. So it is kind of some form of prostitution.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
good on the Highlanders, because they'll need all the help they can get, won't they? The old wooden spooners.
Well, I mean, it shows. I mean, I don't mean to grate them already, but
why not?
It shows.
Why not?
Their lack of depth that after one good game and some pressure,
and some social media
pressure that they've just inked someone in.
We better sign him, Bob.
Give him a fucking jersey.
Is Jamie coaching again?
We've actually got some public interest. We need to sign this kid.
Oh no, we've been watching him for a while. Who was he?
I love that they had to shout out the recruitment agency.
It's like, how did they not know about this guy? I mean, he's not from Otago, but how did they not know about him? And they're just like, fuck, I think we've missed a trick. This guy's really good.
Yeah. Thanks to whatever their names are, recruitment, they've actually like tagged them in the post and like done a little collab with them on the social media post.
Hey guys, we've been mucking around with Billy Harmon and bloody Hugh Renton all this time.
Hugh Renton.
I mean, guys, we've missed a serious trick. Some heads will roll.
Yeah.
And
another couple of results.
RFU.
With only one round to play. Obviously. Tasman had a very big victory over Southland. So the hangover is still actually going on in the Southland team after that Shield win. They just peaked, I think. They just really peaked, and they've now, like, I don't know, maybe they were doing some EPO, some performance enhancing, and that's just all worn off, and they've blown the budget for the performance enhancing drugs.
I think they were all just high from the night before. They were still going on Eckies. And
and now they're relying on like Makona and Greg's instant coffee. That's the only kind of performance enhancers that they've got now.
Here's a fact for you.
Yeah.
Did you know that instant coffee was invented in Invercargill?
What?
I'm not joking. Look it up, those of you who are listening. Instant coffee was invented in Invercargill.
Oh, God.
So a Greg's contract actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does actually.
Or Nescafe.
Oh, you think that? What would be your choice if you had to pop down to Woolies and get yourself instant coffee? It is Makona?
Yeah. Makona. I always have a jar of Makona in the cupboard just in case, mate.
No, but it is like a good emergency cup. You know, if
and
you
sometimes
can't be
not an emergency either.
Top, you know, you can't be.
Sometimes are guilty.
Bothered. And what do? You got a couple of sugars in there and some cream or something as well.
Cream. I put cream in it, and it is delicious. It's just short of that sludgy camping stuff you buy in a tin from the.
Actually, that's when I go Woolies. Hard on a instant coffee.
Yeah, I've seen you do that. We've been camping a couple of times,
I quite often take my stovetop, mate. I like the little ritual of doing.
You do
doing my Belletti.
But camping turns me into a very simplistic individual. I start eating 2-minute noodles like they're going out of fashion. I'm drinking that slop. It's awful. My gut's giving me hell, but I'm sitting there, the sun's shining, the waves are crashing, and I go, life's good.
Yeah, you start taking the piss with your undies as well. Gareth only brings one pair of undies to a camping trip, no matter how long it is. So he'll just wear them inside out, upside down, you know. Yeah.
And I'll go, and I'll turn to you and I'll go, go get the Makona.
Go get the cream.
Go get the cream.
It's in the creek.
Babe, go get
chilling
the
in the creek.
Chilling in the creek. Yes. I've dropped it in the long drop. I said put it in the creek.
Oh God.
I said the hole to the left.
Bay of Plenty had a really lovely win.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Chill out.
And I think they've solidified their place in the hopefully they have actually. I should really check that. They're in 4th place now after that round. So, we definitely have solidified our place in the top 8 at least. And you know who else is up there, mate? And we gave them shit at the start of the season. Northland have played their way into 8th position. And next week they have, sorry, 1 second, I should have looked at this.
Who do they have? Mate?
They're not fucking playing. Oh, yeah, they've got Waikato, which is a pretty hard one.
I reckon they can do it.
But the only team that's going to upset them is Counties, and Counties are playing a very informed Tasman team. They've really turned it around. So they're starting to. The Harvelis are really humming now.
Yeah.
Actually, David Harveli had a cracker of a game for Tasman this week.
Oh. Playing his way back in.
Silly things, mate. He was doing these crazy little offloads.
Why not?
He was playing
and
with
why
full
not?
confidence.
You're playing NPC. You know,
yeah, he's just
that's the
running
beauty
rings.
of NPC. You can just do this shit and go, yeah, I'm gonna show people what I've still got. You know,
in your face,
and good on him. Yeah, I wonder if he'll ever chuck him back in. God, there's so many players, aren't there, that are in and around that could all waltz on in one day. I think Rivers Rehana has done bloody well there. With Northland, that's fantastic.
I think that's great, isn't it? You've got
great leadership around the field.
Player.
Yeah,
you've got a champion
awesome.
Super Rugby player.
Good on them because they started the season badly and they turned it around. But yeah, the NPC's been awesome. I really can't actually pick. I guess you'd back Canterbury, but other than that, it's you don't really know who's going to come out on top in those playoff games. It's going to be real good.
Well, it was really nice for Otago to beat Canterbury.
Oh, it was nice, not just for them.
That was a good little turning
It was nice
point.
For all of us too.
That's what I mean. It was really nice
beautiful.
for all of us. You know, it's always nice when you know that a team can be beaten. You don't have to worry about being the first.
They sucked last year. I mean, that's the thing. They're coming off the back of some pretty disappointing rugby, like the Crusaders did. Yeah.
All right, well, next week we've got the final round of NPC, which we'll keep our beady little eyes on, but not as much as we will what happens in Perth and the inevitable, I think, at Twickenham in England, where it's looking like the Springboks are going to run away with the Rugby Championship. No, I don't think anything else is really going to happen.
No, I'm calling it now. They're going to stuff it up. They're going to make a big old mistake, but I want, that's how my heart says, my head is saying that after that performance by Sasha Feinberg and Gomazulu, that is, whoa, like that was outrageous, mate. Yeah. They're all just doing stuff at level 100. It's insane. Yeah. They probably should pace them again.
What level, mate?
100.
Yeah, just up there.
Yeah. Level 100, just up here. Why they're just being annoyingly good. Now they're just being like dicks about it. Yeah. Now they're showing off, like they've told a couple of funny jokes at their 8th birthday party, and now they're starting to get a bit of a wind up, and they start being a bit naughty and spill some Fanta on the carpet, and it's time that someone comes in and goes, "Oi, stop showing off."
Yeah.
All right?
Stop showing off. That was the ultimate insult.
It was. Cheslin, Sasha, Peter Stepp, stop showing off and clean that up. I told you there was a reason I wanted Sprite at this party. It's because you've gone and spilt Fanta on my new rug.
Yeah. And you've opened that packet of chicken thin cut crisps, and you haven't even. Why did you open it when you knew you were only going to have one handful? You've already gone through all the Murphy's thick cut sour cream and chives, and the barbecue kettles. You did not need to open that third packet of chips. You could have saved that for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now they're going to go stale.
It's ridiculous, and you're all playing out of position. What? Oh, sorry. Oh, I just slipped back into the rugby metaphor.
Did you when you went round to when you were a kid, when you went around when you went round to your mate's place for a sleepover, when you were like, teenagers, like early teenagers, maybe like even, intermediate
Pre-teen.
school, maybe even primary school.
Yeah.
We always used to have it. My parents would, because I wasn't ever allowed to turn up empty-handed. We'd always make a point of going into the supermarket on the way round, and we'd pick up a packet of chips, a chockey, maybe like a block of chockey or a toffee pops or some Mellow Puffs, and a bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
And I always turned up with those three things, no matter what. Probably from age like 7 to I reckon about 13, 14.
Yeah.
I used to always rock up and we'd just sit down there like in the first half an hour and we'd just smash a bottle of Coke and a packet of chips and then get into the mellows.
It's just so good. And you do see, I see kids, like I'll be out and about and I'll see kids coming out of the supermarket doing just that. And it takes you back. You go, you're off for one of those nights.
You're off for one of those sleepovers.
You little shits.
And you're going to get all giddy. You're going to be laughing.
You're going to go watch the original It and The Fly with Jeff Goldblum and things like that. Hey, the one thing we haven't talked about before we wrap up.
Oh, yes.
We haven't talked about this beautiful anthem. This beautiful moment that happened during the national anthem at Eden Park with Caleb and Ironi. Oh man, that was something, eh? That was totally unexpected. What a beautiful little and strange occurrence.
Yeah. Part of me is like, why did Ironi not just tell him?
Well, why didn't anybody tell him? They were all in on it, and they were in cahoots.
I know, like.
Because he wanted
Is it
to...
more of, like, I'm thinking about being Caleb Clark, right?
Yeah. Well,
and I'm sitting
dreaming,
there,
mate.
and I'm like, oh, fucking thank God I'm in the All Blacks. You know, there's a lot of pressure on me to play well, you know, like with the outside backs have come under a lot of fire. I've got my chance. I've played myself back into the team by having a couple of good showings for Auckland. I'm back here. All I want in my time here in the next 80 minutes of rugby is to solidify my spot and to have a good performance.
Yeah.
Is that really the time that you want to get a big old surprise from your dad singing the national anthem?
Well, you hope that the hope was that it would elicit an emotionally rewarding response, which it did. Caleb was in tears. He went out and he scored the first try. He was pumped. There was a risk, of course, that he looked up to the screen.
Would he not have been just as emotive and impassioned and inspired if he had known that his dad was going to be there?
Nah, mate.
That's my argument.
Nah, have you never had a surprise birthday party? Have you never had a surprise anything? Has no one surprised you in your life, mate?
Yeah, no, I've had a few surprises.
Have you never had that moment where you actually genuinely went, I'm so happy to see you guys?
But never in a high-pressured environment.
Never in a first-class game of rugby.
Yeah, never in probably one of the biggest games or biggest moments of my career. Like, it'd be like if I was shooting a television show I got a great part in a TV series and I was about to sort of get into my first scene, and Dad just pops up and does a karakia before gets into the director's chair and starts doing a little.
I think that would actually be fucking beautiful.
I reckon you would, mate. It would put me off.
Well, it didn't put Caleb off, and Ironi sang like an absolute champ. What a set of pipes.
You know what? And we know he's a fond churchgoer, and I feel like he's definitely been warming up those pipes at church on Sundays because he really ripped that. He really ripped that anthem out.
And they obviously love each other and have a wonderful relationship because thank God Ironi wasn't up on the screen and Caleb's got his head down. He turns up and looks and he goes, "Oh fuck, Dad."
Dad.
What the fuck
Dad,
are you
this
doing
is my
here?
moment. What are you stealing the limelight for?
Like when your parent parks too close to school to pick you up and you go, go further down.
Dad.
Go further down. I said by the dairy. But he looked up and he loved it. And mate, it spurred him on. And actually that was the story of the night, I think, other than Cam Roigard, was he returned well. He did exactly what we needed him to do, and he'll be there in Perth. And I'm so happy because I've been banging on about it for weeks, and I'm a fan, and I like that he's got back in and got some reward. It's a great little story.
Yeah, it's good. And this is, again, I'm barking on about this again. You get dropped and you play your way back in. Amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, and he is good. He's got all the ingredients. I like it. I liked seeing him and Leroy cementing.
Oh,
I mean,
mate,
what a combo.
God.
I know. What a combo though. Like what great different wingers. That's like Corey Jane and Julian Savia.
It's another thing we've called, mate. we called Leroy Carter.
Yeah, we did. But
We thought that maybe there was something special about him in the All Black jersey.
And you know exactly what's come true as well. The Corey Jane thing. It's true, man. He's got that nuggety thing that only people from, where's Leroy from? The Bay.
Yeah, he's from Bay of Plenty, yeah.
Yeah. So somewhere like that, or the Hut.
Yeah.
He's got that nugget, which is that, you know, like he gets fucking in there. He's got mongrel. That's what we need.
And talk about someone that's bloody packed on a bit of beef in the gym. Jesus, he is jacked
he
now.
is.
Look
He
at him in
is.
his sevens days, man. He's about half the size.
Yeah.
Anyway, we better
All right.
wrap it up.
Yeah, we're going on far too long. Sorry.
Big old games next week. And you know what? It's sort of a bit of a swan song. The sun's setting on provincial rugby in New Zealand over the next few weeks. So yeah, we'll be loving bringing you the end of the NPC and the end of this Rugby Championship, which has actually been a thrilling fucking time.
It has. It's probably been one of the best in years. And go the All Blacks, because you've still got a chance. Piss off Springboks. Stop winning everything. And
Aussies, stop whinging about the ref.
Yeah, and stop whinging about the ref. Only losers complain about the ref. Go down, grab yourself a 4X and chill the fuck out.
And all the best to Nick White on his fourth retirement celebrations.
Yeah, and if he doesn't do that, if the retirement doesn't go well, he could always get a time machine and travel back to the 1800s and be a cop.
Super smack.
Yeah, mate.